The matter of doing is when you see progress, accomplishments, and growth within yourself. Now, what does that essentially mean? Well, let's talk about it. So let's take it back to right about when I first started doing YouTube in the very first place. So I started doing YouTube back in 2020. At the time, it was definitely a rough period to even start off in the first place. I mean, I'm pretty sure at the beginning of 2020, we never really knew how it began. All y'all need to know is to say goodbye to 2019 and say hello within 6 hours and 20 minutes to 2020. Happy New Year! You know, starting off 2020, I started a YouTube channel of my own named NullFace, and I tried my best to upload videos as much as possible, which I was kind of like failing in that regard. I wasn't really that good when it came to creating videos back then. I was literally sloppy and terrible when it came to making videos, but when it came to recording videos, the one thing that I did notice about myself when I recorded that first video was I was really good with my speech, and I was really good with talking, and I was quite surprised with myself because honestly, when I looked back and watched the first video, I was like, wow, this is something that I never expected to come out of me in the first place when it came to recording that first video. And even though I was speaking clearly, I felt like I was kind of like complaining as to how the first video went, but I did do my best to kind of like explain what goals that I had for the channel, which was kind of like only a little bit of goals that I had. And then came that second video, which was called the update video, and that was basically saying that I was gonna go back to doing old school games, you know, the OG games that original content creators would create. Well, I did definitely do that, just not all of the old games that I wanted. The first gameplay series that I established was Combat Tournament, and also I forgot to mention welcome to the discussion. After those two videos, basically I went on to the first game and I played Pokemon Emerald, of course, and honestly I kind of enjoyed making gameplay, the first two gameplays on it, of course. And then after I went on that, I went on to Combat Tournament, which I did a full series on, and it was definitely amazing to make videos on in the first place, and I even enjoyed the game overall. And I was getting better and better each time I even made a video in the first place. Kind of watched an amalgamation of other content creators to the point where I was able to develop my own style of creating content, of course, kind of like just amalgamating all these content creator styles and then just kind of combining it to the point where I've created my own style. It's like if all these content creators kind of combined themselves and had a child, and I am that child.
That's nasty.
To put it this way, I learned a lot when it came to watching a lot of people's content in the first place. Basically, I was getting real good at creating videos, all because I enjoyed making videos at those times, of course. And honestly, I don't know if you could tell, but as of right now, I'm definitely enjoying making this video as of right now in the first place, because number one, it's actually been a while since I've done one of these, and number two, I'm actually glad that I'm taking the time out of my day to even create this video in the first place. And I think that's the beauty of content. That's what I learned over time when it came to even making these videos in the first place, as well as adding memes and funny clips as as well as implementing the zoom in, zoom out, and kind of like filter changes, as well as the sound effects and the background music. I learned all that within the course of basically making videos, and all because I literally wanted to make videos in the first place. I kind of applied more of that when it came to doing my anime reactions, which was Beastars and Fullmetal Alchemist. Like, those are two series that I definitely enjoyed creating and enjoyed editing in the first place. And whilst all my videos don't get like crazy amount of views and likes and things like that, I still enjoy the videos that I create, and that's what kept pushing me to even create more videos in the first place, just because I wanted to, and just because, you know, I felt that with these videos that I create, I could probably have a positive influence and impact on you guys, basically, in such a way. And I really do feel like my videos help in a way that other people's content can't help. I don't know, but I feel like my content does help in a way. So basically, I feel that throughout this time that I've been making videos, I've kind of established my own style of making videos, and kind of the roots of just making videos, kind of knowing what I want when it comes to making videos in the first place. And I said videos a million times, of course. And I'll say it a million more again. So I guess we're at the point where we are as of right now, where I'm making Fullmetal Alchemist videos, as well as thinking about a bunch of other video ideas that comes to mind, and that kind of like comes to whatever I think, of course, as to, okay, what videos can I create, you know? So basically, after doing Beastars, Fullmetal Alchemist, and as well as a bunch of other videos, which I think I've done Baldi's Basics, I've gotten back to Pokemon Emerald at one point, and I do believe that I will be finishing the series on that, and as well as Friday Night Funkin', which is another game that I started enjoying. I don't think I really did good when it came to making that video, and when it came to really making that video, I don't think I did like the recording. I think the recording would be better if I had better audio and things like that. I don't know, there's just something that I feel like I could have done when it came to recording those Friday Night Funkin' videos. I'm pretty sure when it comes to even playing Friday Night Funkin' in my first rhythm game, because Friday Night Funkin' is quite legitimately my first rhythm game, it would probably take me hours to kind of like figure out the whole game itself as to how to maneuver and things like that, because my brain for some reason, when I see the blue arrow, I honestly think it's the red arrow when really it's the blue arrow. So literally, that's kind of like a dive as to how my brain even works in the first place. And it's just that when so many things are happening very fast, when you're like seeing a barrage of arrows that you have to click and things like that in order to align the beat, it could be stressful and kind of like confuse you to be like, wait, what button do I press in the first place? Basically, I feel like I definitely do need to get good at games, because I really do want to provide the pro aspect of gaming when it comes to even playing games in the first place. I really do feel that I could have done something better. The audio was kind of off in Friday Night Funkin' when it came to making that video, and I really do need to correct that, because Friday Night Funkin' has one of the most top tier music out there, and basically I want to be able to showcase that and not kind of you know, shit on the game by messing up the audio in the first place. Like, I want to provide y'all with the best music audio possible when it comes to recording those videos, and I really do feel that I didn't really do a good job when it came to recording that video. Moral to the story is that I've done plenty of things for myself and learned a bunch of things throughout this process, and it's been 2 years that I have been doing this. It really doesn't seem like 2 years, because if it was 2 years, then I probably have like 1,000 videos, to be real. Like, what's 365 times 2? I would basically have like 730 videos on this channel. Basically, I only have 90 2 videos on here. What is going on? I've been on this platform for 2 years and I haven't been grinding, and probably which explains why, my channel isn't really growing and things like that. With anything with life, it takes consistency and it takes time, and you just have to be consistent with what you're doing. And basically that's the whole moral of this video, is that as long as you're consistent with what you're doing, you'll grow regardless. Because out of all those videos that I have created, I've gained a following of 100 subscribers, and I've actually gained a beautiful channel that I have created in the first place, with mostly dope content that I have created that I never really thought that I would even create in the first place. I mean, one day I kind of just sat down and saw all these other people do YouTube, and I was thinking to myself, you know what, I'm gonna do this as well. And then I saw a couple people do anime reactions, and I'm like, word, you can do that? Okay, let's get it. I'm gonna do it as well. So it's crazy how those things that I've watched other people do accumulated into what I'm doing as of right now. And god dang, I did not even know that I would be using these big words. Am I moist critical right now? I did not expect to even do these things in the first place. I mean, I kind of just did them because I don't know how to put it. I just did them because I wanted to do them. This is what I enjoyed, and this is kind of at the core of my being. I've watched anime since I was a child, and I've watched content creators, I've played video games, and I've listened to music for quite a while now, to the point where that's something that I wanted to express when it comes to making these videos. At least the gaming part and the anime part of me when it comes to making these videos, as well as having talks like these, because I've definitely went out of my way to kind of have conversations like these with talking directly with you guys. It feels a lot comfortable doing that, and I feel like I'm in my comfort zone, if that really makes sense. Even though there were a few times when I was trying to record this video, I was kind of nervous, but it takes consistency with everything that you do, and basically no one's gonna care unless you make them care, which means that unless you put in the work, you have to care first about what you're doing before other people cares about what you're doing, basically. And if you care about what you're doing, and if you are passionate about what you do, and you do it on a consistent basis, then regardless, you're gonna find like-minded people that will support you for you, and that will want to stick around to see what you create, and basically get enjoyment out of it and create it into something bigger. Other than that, despite the fact that I don't have a crazy amount of following, crazy amount of views, crazy amount of likes and things like that, I'm still gonna do this because this is what I genuinely enjoy. If you guys enjoyed this video, on your way out. Also, might not subscribe to join me on this journey. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of NullFace. You still on this video? Come on, get to recording. The channel ain't gonna grow itself.